Lakers.
This deal materialized in the shadows.
The biggest trade in NBA history.
Dark and sad.
The second guessing in Dallas begins.
Tough times in Texas. First losing Luka and now Micah. Cam, which one do you think's more crushing of a loss for the city? Is it Luka or Micah?
I'm going Luka, and the reason is Luka was drafted to be the superstar for the Mavericks. I don't think people expected this much success from Micah. Only time will tell. But for Luka, he was the guy. And it didn't help, and it was more gasoline on the situation that two of your superstars that you brought in to assist and to potentially replace or to live up to that hype got injured as well, and Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. Those are situations that will set you back. Well, it's still pending on what could typically happen in Dallas. Is this a worst thing that could happen, or is this the worst thing that could happen? We don't know. Is this the best thing that could happen? I even mentioned, about this being the modern day Herschel Walker situation. So you don't necessarily know until you actually know, but I'm still going with Luka.
It's Micah for me. Number one, which one requested out? Luka or Micah? Micah requested out. We don't see, and Cam knows this, we don't see stars ask out of the Dallas Cowboys. The stars, they get what they want. They get paid. Micah requested out of the Dallas Cowboys publicly. That's rarity. Number two, where would you put, the NBA is significantly greater than, where would you put the Dallas Mavericks right now? With the team that is presently constructed, are they a playoff team?
I think the Dallas Mavericks argument could be made that they're the favorites to win it all.
Okay, favorites to win it all.
If Kyrie Irving returns healthy.
Cowboys are an afterthought, certainly in the division, certainly in the playoffs. And so to lose that, to lose Micah Parsons from that, you are lesser as a football team. And he publicly said, I don't want to be Luka was emotional having left Dallas. Micah's celebrating having left Dallas. That's an abnormal thing for anybody who's followed football over the last 30 to 40 years to witness.
I'm going to agree with you, Dan, but give Cam his props in terms of what he pointed out about Luka, because we have to understand this, okay? When Luka left, that was devastating. 25 years, global iconic superstar in the sport of basketball. But in the same breath, if Kyrie Irving is healthy and Anthony Davis is healthy, the Dallas Mavericks are a championship contender. I'm talking about last season. All right, and this year coming up, Kyrie Irving come back and because it's about Anthony Davis. He has to show up just like he did in that first game and say, I'm here now, I'm here. Yeah, you better be that dude because the brother can give you 28 and 12. And Dallas is going to be formidable. Here's why I'm agreeing with you, Dan, instead of you, Cam. I think that of all the cynicism that has been thrown in the direction of the Dallas Cowboys, never has it had more meat. Never has it felt more palpable than it does this morning, because it makes no sense how Jerry Jones handled this in terms of the timing. You should have done this months ago if you were going to do it. In terms of the asset you received in return for his services. In terms of you making this decision, clearly because of pride. And it was personal. How dare he tell you don't talk to him instead of his agent, as opposed to it being purely about football. Cam, if this was all about football, Jerry Jones would have made this decision months ago. It was personal. And I think if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you're like, oh my God, really, it's gotten to this point? Yeah. How on earth
Cam,
can you let
I'll
this
give
happen?
you the last word here. We got 30 seconds before we hit the top of the hour.
Go ahead.
Well, when I'm looking at this situation, though, Luka, it was devastating because he didn't see it coming. And for your point, Dan, you just heard a clip on this show that, I don't know if you know Drewski or not, but he has a slogan that says, for lifer. For lifer means forever, in essence, for your lifetime. He didn't expect this to happen. We all seen different negotiation tactics. Hey, I want to trade. Hey, I want this. Hey, I want that. This happens, that happens. But those are all things to say, I want to be here. And I think that, I think he wanted to be there. But when you're talking about Micah, Micah's one of many superstars that's in Dallas, not bigger than the actual star in Jerry Jones. Sure. Where Luka was the only star in Mavericks, and they knew that he was the franchise, and it caught everybody, the whole sports world, by surprise. That's my opinion.
He's right. Mavs fans were just
good point, Cam.
Yeah,
they get lucky because of the draft.
I think Mavs fans might have been even more upset than Cowboys fans. All right, Cam, I appreciate you. Yep, you ended on a high note. We'll talk to you Monday on Labor Day. First Take will be live, and Dan, you as well. We'll see you on Monday.
In North Texas. Look at this picture. When they say a picture is worth 1,000 words, this is the picture they have in mind. And I will repeat again, when Luka got traded in February, he was a month away from turning 26. Now here's Micah getting traded in August. He is 26. The city has traded away two great young players in the same year. D-Wood, now you are the beneficiary of that trade. You are our best known and most beloved Laker fan. Mm-hmm. So how would you describe this trade in reaction to that one as far as your level of surprise and the level of impact you think it will have?
Not even close. Not even close. Like the impact, remember, Luka Doncic actually took the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. The Dallas Cowboys hadn't sniffed a Super Bowl since the mid-'90s.
Right.
Like, as great as Micah Parsons is, like, Luka Doncic is like MVP worthy type guy. Like, he's like on that type of level.
Right.
So I just don't. I think it's
really.
Yeah, I think it's apples and oranges. I just think the Luka trade, it was a much bigger trade.
Okay, one, Luka, ridiculous, yes.
Yeah.
Micah's ridiculous.
Yeah, he's ridiculous.
And
yeah.
Micah's a defensive player of the year, so I would comp that to. We've had Micah in the MVP conversations. He's had seasons when he has been in the MVP conversation. Two, I listen to the basketball people all the time, mm-hmm. and everyone has been very critical about Luka when it comes to playing defense. So, like, there is a flaw to his playing and his ability. There ain't no real flaw to Micah Parsons other than maybe
even fat Luka took the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals. So imagine now that he's in shape, what type of Luka Doncic we're going to get.
This is a classic Orlovsky recency bias because this trade happened yesterday, so we're going to lean towards Parsons. There's no answer to any question that starts which trade, which transaction, which business move was worse that involves Luka, and you go in a different direction. The Luka trade forever will be the worst transaction in history. The way he impacts the game, 1 of 5. Parsons is fantastic. This isn't a zero-sum game.
Okay.
It doesn't mean Parsons isn't as good. It just means he's 1 of 22. He's not on the field as much as Luka's on the court. He can't impact the game the way Luka impacts the game. The Luka decision will always be the worst decision. Always.
People kind of got over it in a weird way because they got the Cooper flag.
Yeah.
No, but my point is they got the first pick, and all of a sudden it feels like they could be rebuilding around something entirely different.
If you step in dog crap and then step in a $20 bill, it doesn't mean you're good with money. That's what happened in Dallas. It was an awful move, and then they fell into some money, and suddenly everyone's thinking like, hey, this actually might work out. That wasn't the plan. They got lucky.
You ain't never been chased by one of those guys like Micah Parsons, man.
That was a startling and horrific analogy to make. Go ahead, Nate.
To be fair, if you didn't step in the crap first, the $20 bill wouldn't have stuck. So, I mean, maybe sometimes you got to make a mistake every now and then for things to work out. I think the comparison to Luka and Micah is not even close. Like, Dan, I appreciate you putting up the fight for football, but a top-tier basketball player like that type of guy's impact is much closer to a quarterback in football. So, if they trade away a top-of-the-league quarterback, then we're talking about someone who's led their team to the NBA Finals, then it could be closer. I think the Luka thing hurt a lot more than the Micah Parsons trade ever will, honestly.
I'll take Danny's side, at least to this degree. Let's see what happens. Because at the end of the day, the magnitude of the trade, the shock nature of the trade, like we all woke up that morning, we had no idea Luka was going to get traded. We've been talking about Micah Parsons for 6 months. If the Packers win the Super Bowl, and we can say Micah Parsons was a huge part of the reason for that. I mean, the Lakers got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs last year. Now, he's got a long runway. Let's see which one winds up being more impactful in the long run. Quick final word.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not saying they're close for me. I just think Micah Parsons is one of those players that ruined